Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Philip, and this is Johannes, brother here, Steve.
Moin.
Yeah, so we have a lot on our mind regarding applications at the moment. It sucks a little bit, but we're also pretty excited. These questions that we're going to ask ourselves in just a moment are deep questions, are good questions, and they improve our personal development as well. So we're excited to test this new concept. Johannes, what's your question?
Philip,
How long do we take to answer? Like 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Yeah.
3.
2 minutes. 2 minutes is okay. Philip.
Yeah.
So if you could design
Uh-huh.
your dream role
Oh, yeah.
with a specific focus now on exposure to customer and measuring customer exposure, your exposure to a customer on a scale from 1 to 10, where would you be? Where would your dream role be and why?
Sorry, just so I can repeat that. I should imagine my dream role. What part does the customer play here?
Kundenkontakt, customer facing, customer exposure.
How much
Yeah.
should be in that role
Mm-hmm.
compared to other components, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Very good question. Thanks for asking that. I've spent 5 months at Correct Trade in Toronto, where I was a strategy consultant, and we were getting all of our information out of our clients, basically. And apart from getting that information out of them, which is basically their problems and the progress that we've been doing, you obviously have to then take a step back with your internal team, discuss and synthesize and come up with the ideas and the process and what you want to pitch. So I really liked that the job as a consultant had these two components, where you are at your client, at your customer, researching about them, identifying what the client really needs, but then also going back and synthesizing, having some time on your own, discussing with your team. I think my ideal role would have a very similar split. And I also saw that this is important in product management, where I've worked in 2 positions at Porsche and at a startup in Berlin, where it's worthless if you do product management if you're only in your head, and it's also worthless if you're only at the consumer or the customer and not really building anything. So I think the real value lies when you're connecting the two, when you're between building and selling, and when you can bring those two together. So I would say finally that my ideal role would have both in equal measures, but I totally appreciate that things can be very dynamic, and that there might be times where you have to focus on building because you know very exactly what you have to do, and then there are probably times where you have to focus exactly on the customer because things are not working well.